Are we really recording? We're recording. We're at 3 seconds.
2 seconds.
5, 6, go.
Shall we film?
We shall. Good morning, Flosstube.
Hello, Flosstube. We're the Bougie Stitchers. I'm Jenny.
I'm Nancy.
We have the dogs in here, but they've, I think, calmed down enough that they should be quiet.
Sorry about all the pauses last time. There was a lot.
There were a lot. There've been a lot of dog issues going on.
The blood, Jenny just said Jack had a cyst on his chin.
Yeah, my kid has an allergy. Lord knows. But the vet did say about this time of year when we close up our houses, the dust mites tend to get to the dogs. So it could just be dust mites. But he's been on antibiotics and Apoquil, which is a steroid to contain. He's like lost a good chunk of, like, it looks like he's shedding mass amounts on his back and the hair growth's starting to come back. But we couldn't get the neutering done until after the Apoquil is done. So there's that. Anyways, it's a process. Life's a process. You just
go with the flow.
You just go with the flow. All right. Well, we are a channel about cross stitch. We tend to share about
way
us.
Too much.
Way too much probably. You guys are probably like share. But we appreciate it. So we did hit 4,000 subscribers last video, and we really appreciate that. Thank you. We appreciate the comments that we received. I sat down this morning for about an hour and just reread through a lot of them, and it just warmed our hearts. So we have a lot of little side notes that we wanted to just kind of mention. So if we go off on a little tangent, we'll probably get all the names wrong. We're sorry, but know that we do read them.
That's a drinking game we have. Like,
yes.
Everyone trying to get a name wrong, take a drink.
This water.
You might want to have water.
This water will be gone if it were me, because it's horrible. But we're Flosstube 34, and we've got...
We're almost catching up to our ages.
Oh, you still got a hot minute for me, but maybe closer to you. We're 3 years apart, not really. Yeah, so we always start with a moment of gratitude. You want to go first?
I'm just thankful for, just because we're right on Thanksgiving and Christmas, I'm thankful for family traditions. I don't know if we have a ton of traditions, but we always have like holiday salad, which is just cookie salad, if you guys know what cookie salad is.
Yeah, some people put Snickers in it, but some people don't.
Or pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't.
We
Nancy's
don't.
allergic to nuts, or peanuts specifically.
Oh, yes. My coffee's coming.
You didn't bring one for me, did you? Honey, I can't do another one today.
Don't worry, Steve. I can help her out.
Is it loaded?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Is it mine? Nice. Thank you, Steve.
I guess we could play a drinking game.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'll stick with water for a while.
No, not for later.
I might have to work mine up later today. So if you're a Irish cream liqueur drinker, Five Farms is the drink to have. I think Five Farms is better than Bailey's, personally. All right, family traditions, keep going.
Yeah, so we are going to have Thanksgiving at my house. My house is small, you guys, and roughly about 12 people are going to be there. All family, but...
You just pile in.
Yeah. I mean, we don't sit at the table. I mean, that's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're sitting in a different room than anybody else.
No.
So you are all...
Yeah, we're all...
So Nancy's house has got like an open concept. The kitchen, the dining room, the living room is all there. And, we all just pile in and make ourselves at home. And both your girls will be there. Mm-hmm. Dan will not. Dan is the head RA on call. So he has to be at the college, which is fine. It'll be the second Thanksgiving without my oldest. So that's a little hard sometimes.
It's a little strong. Wow.
I can't even imagine. I don't know why he thought, I love my husband. He's the best. But I'm like, why are we drinking in the middle of the day?
Maybe that'll be our new tradition.
Oh, we're going to bring coquito.
Well, I'm on call, so I can only have like a half of one.
Well, you don't have to drink it. Like, there's just a little bit, but we just thought we'd bring it.
Nice. So family traditions, we all have them. I know last year about this time we've asked you guys, but if you're always welcome to leave it. Maybe it's something we would like to start too. Like your family traditions.
Yeah, leave your favorite if you want to share. I know we did last time. We got a lot of fun ideas. Just go ahead and leave your family recipe. You don't have to leave the recipe, but if you wanted to, we'd happily try it. Like, we love incorporating. That was one of the things we loved about the military, is that we all weren't always home with our normal family, with our our core family. So we just always made a family wherever we were. And at one point in time, they always joked Thanksgiving at my house when we were in DC was the United Nations, because we had people from Africa and Europe, and they were just from everywhere. We didn't care. We're like, we had a girlfriend who my best friend was stationed with, and her partner would come, and one year she came alone, and I didn't realize like Thanksgiving was the time I touched base with her, it seemed, and so I was like all upset on Thanksgiving that her and her partner had split up, but she's happily married to she's from Italy. She met her in Ireland. I don't know. There was a fun story about her and her new partner. Anyways, it was just a fun side note. But we just love the gather. We love the share. Our mom's making potatoes.
So I gave my mom a challenge.
You are wrong.
Well, no.
In so many ways.
Okay, so I hate to make potatoes.
Nancy hates potatoes.
Yeah.
We're Irish. How do you hate potatoes and be
we're
Irish?
a little bit of French. So
we
maybe
do
the pasta
and
takes
we're
over
half
the
English,
potatoes.
so I don't know how it all works.
I have no idea. But she kept saying, well, what do I want to bring? And the only thing I hadn't got covered was the potatoes. I'm like, Mom, bring potatoes. So then it's like, well, how do I get potatoes transported over to your house? Make them in the crock pot, Mom. How do I do this? How do I do that? I'm like, Mom, just make them and they'll be fine.
Mom watches this, so Mom and I talked about it. She's like,
we're excited about eating your potatoes, Mom.
Drew loves mashed potatoes.
My girls love mashed potatoes. Both of them do.
So I'm pretty sure that they'll be gone. I said, just make 5 pounds. Make a 5-pound bag. Whatever's left over, like, we'll bring mashed potatoes home. Like, we are not proud. Like, we'll bring over the leftovers. So what size of turkey did you get?
We just got turkey breasts.
More than one?
Yes. We got 2. No, they're big. And then we're going to have
Jack's...
ham, too.
Oh.
Jack's right below us. He thinks he wants to play. Maynard's not so much.
He's a 71-pound chump, like, right? Yeah, so... I'm gonna try this.
So what's your moment of gratitude, Jenny?
Mine's from the behind-the-scenes workers.
Behind-the-scenes workers. And what would be your example of that?
Well, thank you for asking, Nancy. But so we just won the state championships. So I have been Go Bronx. Oh,
I said that.
She did. But look at this. So we had the banquet. So the seniors get a miniature helmet. This is what their helmets look like, and they sticker them up. And so there were 15 seniors this year. Now I can't remember. But early in the summer, one of the moms who took it upon herself. There's always a mom that does the coordinating. And last year, I did not feel welcomed. I'll just be honest. Like, I was not welcomed. We offered to help. We weren't on the roll call for t-shirts. Like, it was a really hard start. And I think part of it was a hard start because we were so used to being in a military community where people just wrap you up and bring you in, and you tend to get overloaded with information maybe, but you're never forgotten. Rarely in a military community are you forgotten. You can choose to take yourself out of the mix, but you're not forgotten. Well, we were kind of like always left off. We were left off emails. So I, as a parent who like to volunteer, who like to give, because that's how I feel my kid knows I'm connected with his sport, is that I'm involved. I was not involved last year. Steve was not. And Steve kept trying to, like, it's okay, honey. It's okay. Drew knows we're in the stands. He knows we support him. But this year, this lady named Christy, Mary Kay, and Casey, they all got us together. They formed a senior class of 23 senior parent Facebook group, texts. They, for lunches and dinners, team dinners, she made sure, like, she was available and made sure everybody got included. She didn't exclude anybody. In fact, she took some of the junior moms and put them in on our group so they could see how we interacted. She did really a great job of coordinating with Coach, because, like, last year's group, they would do team dinners. We fed the team every home game. We put a meal on for all 88 kids. And it was, well, I don't think we ended up with 88, but I think we started with 88. The year before they did luau's, and they literally would put decorations, and they tell the boys you have to wear luau gear. And Coach asked for that not to happen this year. He's like, Coach jokes of himself as is it the Uncrustables? Those peanut butter jelly sandwiches that are frozen. Anyways, he's like, I'm the Uncrustable coach. Like, just get a peanut butter jelly sandwich on. Because he sets up a mentorship moment before each home game where somebody from the community comes in and gives the boys some mentorship. And then they come and eat dinner and we feed them. And so that was really nice. But, she kept it simple. And, it was a good solid meal. Like we did breakfast, we did chili and cinnamon rolls, we did, whatever. There was always more food than we needed. And she just made it work. She hosted a party at her house that we did lineman breakfast and we did senior lunches. But these ladies there are spouses too, like our spouses jumped in, but afforded us all opportunities to be part of this, afforded us opportunities, and they get none of the glory. Like we take pride in the fact that the team won and all that, but no one at the banquet stood up and said, thank you, Christy, Mary Kay, and Casey for making this an amazing senior year for our kids. And so those are like the behind the scene workers, the people who, put the sandwiches together and no one ever says thank you. They're the lunch providers, they're the bus drivers, they're all the other things that make this team successful, but when it comes to the limelight, aren't necessarily the ones recognized or are looking for recognition. I'll say that, like, I don't think Christy was expecting any of that, but we sure did appreciate it. So for those of you behind the scenes, we salute. I think that's what they say. I'm not sure, but we do appreciate that. That's what I've got.
Okay.
All right. Man, we're 11 minutes in. No breaks yet. I think Jack went to lay down. All right. Fully finished objects. I wrote them out because I'm like, I always get the F's wrong.
I have 2 fully finished. And I should have had more, but I didn't.
Well, we'll talk about all that in a hot minute.
Okay, so this is my first fully finished. So I did change quite a bit. Like I did not do all of the snowflakes here. I kind of just put beads on it. Buttons. And then I did another change on it too.
I don't know. I
can't recall. But
okay, slow. She complained about this thing. Like she's because Nancy does 1/1 when she gets Lagana out.
Oh yeah, 25.
And instead of doing 2/2, so she's like, I did it again. So this is what the 4th or 5th project you've done ended up doing 1/1 on 25 or whatever.
So it gets very thick and very.
Well, because if you do it, you should have done 1 thread. But again, you don't realize you do it until you're halfway into it.
I had done all the snow. Oh, I took a roll of snow out. That's what I did. That's the other thing I did.
I think that's fine. But it's gorgeous. And when she was putting it together, I was hoping that secretively I was her person that she was going to send that to.
No, that has to go. I don't even get to keep it.
Yeah.
That's the thing that really sucks about it because I really like it.
I do like it. I mean, she was complained about it and she wouldn't show it. She didn't show it. And then she popped it up. Like, she's like, how do I finish this? And I was like, yes, perfect.
So this is my next fully finished. This is my first gobble couple. This is the first one I did. And the mistakes here, where's our finger, Jenny?
I don't know, but
our mistakes. I have all kinds of strings because
we'll
it's not technically just
finished.
attached.
Yeah.
This is over too much and I did leave it. And this is going to be this is going to be an in and out thing. We haven't got it quite magnetized yet. So
yeah, so we're going to put the magnets on after the video. We just thought it would be easier.
This is the
not
season
to worry about
that
having to move the quill.
It's going to change. And I obviously have to tighten that down a little bit.
Yeah, we'll fix it.
But we learn. And that's what I like about it. Like, what's Annie? Just get it done?
Don't wait for a perfect finish. Get a finish is what Annie says. Annie, the proper stitcher. She's a mentor of ours.
But I don't know why.
I'm just thinking things about.
So that
Jack's back.
Is,
Jackson. Go lay down. Mater does not need any sniffing. Go.
So those are my 2 fully finished. That was my last Sunday's project.
Yeah, she was just whipping things out. I in the meantime was trying to get a couple quilts out of the way. I had 2, 3. I have 4 quilts to get done before Christmas.
That's a lot.
I have 1 done, 2 almost done, and then 1 I haven't even started. But it's a jelly roll quilt, so it should go pretty fast. We'll talk about quilts at the end. All right, so I don't have any fully finishes because work has been retail. All right, people, be nice to your retail workers. They're tired, and they're not spending.
It's just warming up to that.
Yeah,
you know?
It's just warming up, and they're not spending free time with their families, and they're not buying their own Christmas presents right now because they're wrapping yours, and we love it. Like, I love this time of year at the shop. I loved it last year. Now that we're past this shop setup, I love it this year. That setup.
So you didn't like it for a hot minute?
Yeah, for a hot minute, I was like,
Jenny learned about overtime.
I didn't even know what overtime was. It was amazing. My boss handed me my paycheck. I was like, what is this? She's like, well, you have overtime in there. And I was like, Darlene, I don't know what overtime is. But it wasn't made for a nice little paycheck. it's just, okay, so what happened is everyone blames the pandemic, but last year we barely got Christmas in because Christmas just didn't arrive. It was stuck in a port. It was still in China. The UK sent some stuff that never even made it. And she orders, like, she'll start ordering Christmas January. It has to be in like February 15th for next year. And it just, we got the candy canes in, which come from Denver. And they're gourmet candy canes, but they came from Denver Hammonds. We didn't even get them in until like the day of the open house. And that was on Saturday, and open house was Friday, Saturday. And she'd ordered those back in June. So it was just a lot of, but this year, because of what happened last year, she ordered more than she would have, I think, normally. And we had so many boxes, and we didn't know where things were. We were trying to find things, and she had themes that my boss does all the ordering, and then there's 3 of us that kind of come in, 2 of us, and then 1 part-time that come in and set everything up. And, you know, to find the boxes. And anyways, it was hard, like, and it was exhausting.
We had her snoring, so if that happens, sorry.
It's
Kathy,
fine.
we'll get back with you.
Kathy.
I do enjoy shouting them out when they pop up.
I know. So Missy and Kathy, 2 needles pulling thread. We hang out with them a lot on the text and stuff. But
and she is doing me a favor.
Yeah, because Lord knows Nancy works with half a neuron sometimes. But anyways, exhausting. So the theme is I don't have a lot done. I don't have a lot of stitching done. I have no fully finishes. I have no finished objects. All of that has to be done. All my finished objects have to be fully finished tomorrow and in the mail on Tuesday. That's my goal.
And guys, we have not got thank you notes out, and we'll discuss this a little bit later.
Yeah.
They are coming.
They're done. They're right there. There was something I wanted to stick in the envelopes, and I have not made it into town yet to get it. We've had weather. I wrecked my car.
Did you guys have a snow day the other day?
No, we did not. No, Sheridan, I swear to God, does not believe it. I feel like I'm back in Alaska.
It takes a lot to shut down schools here in Wyoming.
It sure does, and let me tell you.
They got hammered.
We've had lots of, and I wrecked my car.
Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about it before we get into whips. So it was election day. We left the house because we actually have to it's 23 minutes to the pool from my house because of where we're located in the county and how we're district. And so we voted, we had time, and I thought, well, I'll just pop over and get coffee for the girls at work. My boss, and, you know, we all take turns once in a while. We have time or whatever. So anyways, I was in town early. Well, by the time we left the polls, we had rain, snow, a sleet mix, and the wind. And the wind was coming in, and it brought the wind chill down probably to 10, 0. I don't know. It was freezing. Like, not winter cold, but like freezing. And so we had black ice. And there's a busy intersection. And there wasn't a lot of traffic out. And I was like, okay. So I was crawling. I will tell you, I was not going fast. And this guy came around the corner, and it's a 2-lane road, right? And I was in this lane, and he came around the corner, and he slid into my lane. And I was like, ooh. And I drive a Subaru. Like, I love Eleanor. She's amazing. I love her, love her, love her. To say that, he was headed in my lane. Like, he was head on into me. And all I could see, I think it was a 250 or a 350. It was a big truck, big wheels. And all I could see was the grill taking my head off. And that is my fear. My fear is I will lose control and somebody will run me over and I will be decapitated. I don't know why, but there I am. I'm not afraid of water. I'm not afraid of dying in fire. I'm afraid of being decapitated in a car. I don't know. So I really just want a higher car. We're not getting a higher car. I just want one. But anyway, so I went to get over, because there's no one behind me. So I went to move over, and I hit the same sheet of black ice. So I went this way. He came out of my lane. I heard the crunch. That's how close he came. I heard the crunch. My car is fine. There's no body damage. I did kill my rim. I did kill my, I don't know, some sensor that sits somewhere on the tire. And I did kill, the tie rod is knocked out of alignment. Tie rod? Yeah. Is it knocked out? So it's like $762 worth of damage to my car. We were very blessed. But My car sat for a week without any, like I nursed it to my job, sat for a week. Because there's a lot of snow and the tow trucks are maxed to the limit, they were going to take my car to Billings because that's where the Subaru dealership is. And there's a collision company that works with the Subaru. Anyways, to offer all that, it was going to sit there. It was going to go up there and sit for 6 weeks before they would even look at it. And then it was going to sit for 6 weeks. They were going to assess it in approximately 6 weeks, have to order the parts, have the parts arrive before then they would even schedule fixing my car. So we're talking, she was like, it could be 6 weeks plus a week, we're talking months before I was going to get my car back. So I said, you know what? I called USAA and I said, this is unacceptable. And USAA was great. Like, if you're a USAA member, you understand. I called and said,
that's the military insurance, just so you know.
USAA, yeah. You have to be affiliated. And you can be affiliated, like your parents, your grandparents could be in the military. Like, you have to have somebody in your family that was associated with the military. But they were awesome. We found somebody locally. It's a friend of ours. He fixed our car last year when we hit the deer, or the deer hit us, but whatever. He's going to have it fixed. $700 and some odd worth of damage, and the parts are already on order. I think most of them should be here this week, and we should have my car back. Anyways, life happens, right? Stress happens. So there was not a whole lot of work or cross stitching other than building quilts going on in my life. But let's talk about our whips.
Okay. Woo! So this is gonna be my...
She's gonna go and then I'll go because I have a couple more.
I have not stitched, but one day, and the one day was on the way up here.
That was today.
Yeah, so...
Because you have had a headache too, though.
Yeah, I have, and it's just...
That's not an excuse. It's just that, sometimes...
Well, you can't count with a headache. I don't know.
No, you can't.
I don't count very well anyways, let alone... So the only thing I got stitched is my temperature chart, and the only thing I completed is this row right here. And that was truly on the way up here. That's it.
Bring it forward a little bit. There you go. Right here. This
That's
row.
it, that row.
She's got all our rows marked, though.
Yes.
So that's the hard part, like getting the count, and then that's just filling. We'll talk about filling in one of my projects. So
but that's it. Your temperature chart.
Who was that amazing bag by?
Angie.
I love that material. I think I have some. I have the panel for that. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with it. I was going to make a me quilt with it, like one for me. All right, so I worked on my temperature chart. It's only good, like, I usually work on it like Tuesday or Wednesday. And
Jack's going to make his presents here.
Well, he's going to have the top of the head.
Jack, you cannot be up.
Jack, you are not a lap dog. You need to get down. Excuse us. Well, I'm not going to shut this off. We're just going to... Jack, down.
He's really strong.
Yeah, he's 71 pounds of pure muscle. He's a lab.
Very nice, very nice. So are you caught up down here?
No, I think I'm through Tuesday.
Oh, so that's close though.
Yeah.
So this was last week's? And normally on Fridays, don't you do?
It's usually one day. I usually try on Sunday when we're watching football. I'll fill in that week's, and then I'll through like maybe Thursday I'll work on filling in the week. So this, I think I got this through Tuesday, but it has been bitter cold.
It's been cold, guys.
We've had snow days. So this is my temperature chart. I'm really excited. It's almost caught up. I got to figure out what I'm going to put for the top. I was talking to my men about what they wanted to put up top there. She's got a bunch of different choices you can put. I want to be able to maybe put our name on it somewhere, or maybe our address.
Are you going to say the Ali bar? Or?
I don't know, because Steve and I were talking about what we wanted to put downstairs. I've got a spot downstairs saved on the wall where I want to put like whatever we're going to call our downstairs living room, like the den or whatever we're going to call it. So
I thought you were going to go with like a speakeasy thing.
We were, but I mean, we haven't committed to it yet, so we need to commit. That's going to be a January thought. We'll talk about this last.
Now this goes to Jenny's show.
I don't have that much done.
This is okay, because
I really don't have a lot done, because we had like 3 or 4 snow days.
So okay, we got to talk about this then. You're just going to do yours on snow days.
No. I'm going to do it when you want to. Yeah, but I try to like be conscious of when we have a snow day to be like, put some stitches in this moose.
It could be every day, you guys, or it couldn't.
Yeah. So this is like an antler.
So you started in the middle?
I did start in the middle, somewhere in there. But
antler. Oh, so she's starting with the village here then.
Yeah. I thought cute. I'd get the village, at least something started over here so I could feel like because there's a lot of color change in here.
A lot.
There's some, I don't know if they call it confetti stitching, but I thought, no, because you got to count, and then you got to count over 2. So I'm glad I did not do this on linen or even Lugana.
Because we did 14 count Ada, which was a call for.
Yeah, whatever the call for was, is they sent it to you in the kit. But so I'm just filling her in. That was only like one night's worth of stitching.
And because some of you guys asked, I did bring mine up and show you how I messed up. I guess last time we did not show you how I messed up.
We talked about it because it took us a hot minute to figure it out. So we started, Nancy is...
I can't see anything, Jay, so you'll have to tell me if you can see.
This is the bottom of where you started.
Yes.
And you did not center start, though. She should have started all the way, I think, over here.
No.
But you didn't.
No, I center started.
Well, if you center started, you should be fine. Oh, you center, but this should be over here.
We'll figure out what I did wrong, but I totally messed up on that.
Yeah, she messed up.
So
we had to pull the pattern out, and we don't want to be able, but
it's a monstrosity. We showed it last time.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll figure it out. But she started like she should have been over, and because of it, her moose would not fit because of the way the antlers go. Yeah, they have antlers. So this is exciting. This is all fill-in work, and we talked about it last week.
What? Oh, that's your.
This is my Gather In by Plum Street sampler.
Very nice.
I've got, I like to take this one, like when I'm car stitching or, when I don't have to count. Because, right, so now
we don't have to count here.
Well, no, there's lots of counting to be done. But not, the fill-in is nice in the car. But on the way down last week to Laramie, where the boys played state.
Ooh, did Laramie win yesterday?
Oh, you mean Wyoming?
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
they were playing Boise State, and they were 7-3. Both of the teams were. So go ahead, I'm listening, Jenny. I'm just gonna look that up real quick.
It's a great, to have something like that so you can fill in. I don't know that I don't know how much longer this one will stay out. I want to make some progress on it. So I had to fix. Remember, I had to fix my boo-boo. My house is 2 rows short, so she's where it is. And now the thing I wanted to save. So I worked on my friends. We have a group of ladies that we had.
They did not win. But it wasn't bad. 7-20.
That's at Nebraska. Nebraska played a heck of a game yesterday, but we lost by 1. But my friend, and I think I'll put it at the end, did the flyover. So it was really nice to know one of the pilots, one of my Air Force friends. He was one of the flyovers. So I've got the video of him flying over. He's the number 4 jet. Don't ask me which one. I think I know which one he is. It's you'll see there's 4 jets. I think he's the number 4. So I wanted to share this because I think this is something we should talk about. This is Nancy's Flosstube friends, and this is me.
That's Jenny.
This is me. Nancy, remember she showed you, is over here. My goal was to always just add like whatever color that person kind of started with, whichever person they were. I'll just try to but Nancy picked green, so I've got some green and orange and blue going in. But 2 of the ladies, True Confessions, hadn't even started theirs. And that's okay.
They just got busy with life.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not like mad about it, but it's okay to say it's not my time. It's not my moment. Not the right circumstances. So we've got a round robin started, of which we are in some, like we should have been passing it now for the 2nd time. So I didn't spend a lot of time busting out this one, even though I could have had it done in a couple evenings, because we're trying to figure out the regroup. I think 4 of the 6 of us are still good with passing them around. And then we can figure out what we want to do with the missing ladies. But that's where we're at.
But just be truthful with yourself. You know what I mean, guys? If you guys can't get something done,
your hobby should not be stressing you out.
No.
Ever. Do not let because then you'll lose interest. You'll hate doing it. Or at least I do. Like if I'm to the point,
we have enough stress in our lives that
we don't need
our hobbies should not be. Although mine kind of stresses me out, but.
Well, yeah, but we also have a floss tube associated with our hobby, which we feel like we need to be able to talk about cross stitch when we get together. But I mean, like this time we didn't have a whole lot to do. We did work on things, but I mean, it's busy. Holidays are coming up. Nancy hires out her Christmas present shopping?
Okay.
In all fairness, I do work in a
You
in a
work there,
boutique.
Jenny. It works really cute, and it's really a cute, like, artsy fartsy. It's not really arts, but I mean just knick-knacky stuff. And how easy is that? Like, hey, and guess what? If she wraps it, boom, even better.
I wrapped a lot of presents this week for my sister.
She did.
She did buy a lot of stuff. I don't want to say a lot of stuff, but she did come get some components for gifts in the store. I just thought it was funny because she was up there with one of her coworkers.
We were working.
They were working. They were up there doing it for a meeting, and she slipped me money, and she said, "This is what I need." So yesterday morning, before I got too busy, I went around the store and I had some ideas and picked some things out and said, "What do you like?" So I wrapped it, and it's ready for her giveaway.
Christmas is close to being done for me. How about you, Jenny?
Yeah, we bought the boys computers.
Nice.
The kids we give our nieces and nephews. We just send money. And I feel like that's the cheap way out. But if you, I don't know for you, but in our family, wants, you have to take care of. Needs, normally we take care of, like parents take care of. So I figured if you got a little spot cash in your wallet and there's a vacation you're going on, or there's a school trip you're on, or you've got dough, right? And we didn't live close enough to, we could be here, to put, like, it's nice now when there's a fundraiser for school, it can go on the internet and you can, the GoFundMe's or whatever. It's easy to give money that way. But when our kids were coming up through the ranks, we didn't have that. So it's just nice to be able to have for them to have spot cash. That's how I look at it. So that's where I'm at. All right. Plans.
So that's all the stitching?
That's all the stitching we've
That's all the
got.
stitching, guys. But we're not done.
We're not done. Oh, I still got like 2 pages worth of things to talk about.
Plans.
Plans. I have 3 plans. One we have together. So.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Sal.
In my Jasmine bag.
Starting December 1st.
Starting 1 December. And I will have the SAL, the stitch along. But,
what are you doing yours on, Jenny?
This is 28 count T-dye that I did.
We need to remeasure mine and make sure my material is gonna.
Oh yeah, it's plenty big. Cause I just took a piece that I had that was close, and I didn't trim any of it off.
This was just from my scraps. So.
Yeah, that's what I did too. And I just needed whatever the piece. Yes, we can remeasure, but whatever piece I needed, I just went through and found something that was close, and I didn't have to make too many. I didn't cut it off. I didn't make it the right length. It was bigger than what I needed. So
Jenny put it in her Rebel Stitcher bag.
I did put it. Well, it's the Jasmine bag that I got. I love this thing. Like I told you.
Jenny's gonna have her wore out before
I know.
she's done.
Somebody in the notes said, "Don't be afraid of Minky," but they put Kinky. I was cracking up, and I was like, I'm not afraid of it, but I've never stitched it. I've never quilted with it. But it was funny. I was like, I'm not afraid of Kinky. I think she meant Minky. Anyways, all right. So the other thing I'm going to do is next weekend, my husband, literally, well, I should say this weekend, my husband opens his wallet. Meaning my husband he's the guy who does the bills. And I love that. We've talked about this before. But come this time of year, he does not care. He is figuring out how to give every homeless person a coat. He's trying to figure out. I mean, my husband gives. Like, that's because my husband grew up paycheck to paycheck. Sometimes those didn't meet. He's very conscious of those that have a need. And so he's always trying to figure out. But he's also one of those guys that I'll be like, oh, I like this. And he'll just order it. And I'm like, I don't take advantage of that. But to say that, our holiday season kind of starts about now. And it runs till about the...
Oh, no.
I did that. That was me. So note to self, what Nancy's knowing about is, you see that little yellow? I let a pattern get hot against this. And so the vinyls... But this is in one of my Gamma treasure bags. I love it. But I got a pattern stuck.
I have not had that happen.
Well, mine sits right over here in this corner in the window. So I've got a blackbird design that I have all kitted up.
Which one are you doing?
This one right here.
Cardinals.
You've seen it. You've seen Annie do it. You've seen Missy's working on it. This will be my second blackbird design. I did, the first one was my my stocking, my little jackalope stocking. Where is it? I think it's like on page.
I have not done a blackbird yet.
Well, there's some cute ones, super cute ones. Like that one's a cute one. They do a lot of sampler stuff. They do like your alphabet's always somewhere in it, and
Do you know that the one we're doing for our birthday is kind of a sampler?
yeah, but it doesn't have like every alphabet. Like you're not stitching the alphabet and your numbers and
Right there. You need to cover.
No, I got it.
Oh,
This is them. 'Tis the season. You can do it in French. That's the joke in our family. Or you can do it in English. And they've got it
I
tried both
triple
ways.
dog dare you to do it in French.
Oh, I might. I mean, because I know what it's supposed to say. It says, 'tis the season to be jolly.
And you know French now.
And this is what it is
Or
in
the
French.
we.
That's all I got. We and French fries are American
And
people.
Frere Jacques. We all know that
we
one.
can sing that one. So I've got it. I actually kitted this all up at Keepsakes when we went last year. And I just never... last year just got away from us, so I did not get it finished. So I'm going to start it probably next weekend. Probably bring it up for...
The next one's really cute too, Jenny. I would like to do that when you're done.
Yes.
Oh, was that the one we got
Yes.
gifted? Yes.
Yes, so
Really
this is December. I cannot wait to get him started. It's in my Como stitches. So Jessica sent us bags and we really loved them. But one of our... again, it was a thank you to a thank you. This is all from Keepsakes. That's her local needlework store. And so here we are. So I'm going to get those. Those will be my focus. I've got other Christmas ones that are sitting over there in my bag to be focused, but I've got those quilts to do, so I just want to be able to work on those. And I'm going to focus on those 3 this year for Christmas. All right. So those are our plans.
Mm-hmm.
Haul.
We don't have any cross stitch haul. I spent a lot of money on material for quilting, but
that's good though.
But I didn't bring it all because I mean right now it's just material.
Yeah, we can pull it out.
Part of it's for Dan's. The 4 yards is Drew's. Yeah.
Nancy for every kid's graduation has built them a quilt.
Yes, but for Andrew's, like 4 yards of one color. It was on sale, so I bought an extra yard. But
so this is my child. This is my child who hates to shop. My
kind of kid.
Who just he likes to wear black because it just matches. Like he has black sweatpants. He has t-shirts and he's okay with wearing black pants and t-shirts. You know what I mean? Like, but he's like, Mom, just make it black so it matches. I throw a little color in there every once in a while, but that's what he's at. So
just remind me. Okay.
And then yeah, so he's like his bedroom is gray.
And he's a Ravens fan.
And he's a Ravens fan. But I've made his bedroom gray because he's like, just make it black because it matches everything. And I'm like, no. So he's got a gray bedroom because Mom kind of pushed him that way. But he tells his Aunt Nancy, this is not me. I'm not involved in this text at all. It's just him and his Aunt Nancy. He's like, yeah, I want my quilt to be purple, silver, or purple, gray, and black. And I was like, what? And so Nancy's like, where did these colors come from? I'm like, what colors? And so she tells me, I'm like, because you're talking to Drew. Like, those are the Ravens colors. Like, that's what he wants. So I told Nancy, I'm like, just order grunge.
And I tried to make it like more masculine, because whatever you are is fine. But I mean, he's a young man, and I don't want to like give him like paisley and flowers,
He wouldn't have liked that. So his tastes are very... He wants to be a civil engineer. He's very Sheldon. If you've watched The Big Bang Theory, my child is Sheldon. Like, you're in my spot.
That's his Aunt Nancy right there.
So.
Does he watch us?
Who, Drew?
Yeah.
No.
All right, then I'll show you the pattern. I'm actually excited to do it. It's going to take me a hot minute, so you chat for a second.
So, that's where we're at. We're doing senior pictures next.
I was just going to ask you when we got done.
Wednesday. All right, let's do giveaways. Oh, did you bring the bunny gobble couple up?
I did not, though I have a note saying that you wanted it.
And I wrote a note in here, and I forgot to ask you before you came up. You said you were on your way, and I was like distracted.
No, I have a note saying, see Jenny, unless, no, I did not bring it.
No, it's fine. I'll see you on Thursday. All right, I'm going to do giveaways while Nancy's doing this. We had 8 to give away. And I'm super excited about all of it.
I will post the,
we'll put it at the end.
Yeah.
All right.
What did McKenna say?
She asked me about Trader Joe's. So we don't have a Trader Joe's anywhere near here.
Fort Collins.
I used to have 2. And so we thought about going down to Fort Collins when we were in Laramie last weekend because we had some time before the game, but we did not. I was like, no, we're going to focus on this. We're not going to try to rush down to the Loopy U and to Trader Joe's.
It's only 45 minutes.
I know, but when I got down there, I'd be 2 or 3 hours in the Loopy U, and then I'd be 2 or 3 hours in Trader Joe's, and we'd be late for the game. So we just stayed in Laramie. We met a lot of awesome people, to say that. A lot of awesome people. All right. So we asked you for some keywords. The first one being for the pattern. Oh, let me take this out. We cannot forget to do Happy Mail next.
Well, Happy Mail's next.
I know, we cannot forget it because last time
has a order.
I do have. Well, because otherwise I'm discombobulated. All right.
Rejoice in the Lord always. Can I say rejoice?
All right.
Rejoice, rejoice.
Rejoice.
Sorry, that's my little singing.
La-di-da. And that goes to. I'm sorry.
I'm supposed to grab it.
Yeah, she is. YT's mom. So I like to make capture the screenshot. I use a random YouTube picker. It's called, I think, picker.com or something. Anyways, you have to link you link you copy and paste the link, and then you put your keyword in, and it helps you pick. So YT's mom. I'm not sure. I'd love to be able to share your name, but that's all I got. But that was your screenshot. Bougie Stitcher below. Please send me an email and tell me that you're YT's mom.
You only got 2 weeks, guys.
Yes, in 2 weeks. We're recording that on that Sunday, but we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so the next one we talked about and we were going to give away is Stitching with the Housewife's Home. We asked for that keyword to be swap. There's 3 stitches there. And D. Johnson.
Congratulations, D. Johnson.
So if you'll just, again, link below and we'll happily get that off to you. All right, the third one was
Bent Creek.
Bent Creek. This was the Santa. This was the Patriotic Zipper by Bent Creek. Fully kitted, ready for you to stitch away. And this goes to Heidi Busky, I think.
And this is going to be fully kitted as well. I think you might have said that, Jenny.
I think I just.
I just had to make something up. I just had to feel important.
Oh, you are important. But Heidi Busky. I normally just do this stuff before Nancy gets up here, so sometimes it's a big surprise to her.
Jenny does all of this, which is amazing. So like I said before, if I was doing it, we'd still be on number 1.
So this was
granny temperature
these are the
chart.
granny temperature chart. The keyword there was granny. And so it is just the chart, but Verpi R. I'm sorry if I've slaughtered that, but
go that so I can see it.
It's Verpi R. You are a winner for that one again. Love to know your names, but I understand that. But we do ask for your address, so please be 18 if you are not. Have your mom and dad email me or your guardian. Happy to send it to them. All right, hoops. If you are a hoop fan, here is a set. We asked you to say rings, and that goes to Carolyn Miller.
And we also need to use this for a finish.
Yeah, you don't feel like you have to just stitch with them. Like there's a million ways to use those, but Carolyn Miller. Oops, almost had a catastrophe there. All right, the next one is the Mirabilia. I cannot wait to sleep in January.
That's just really cute. Oh, I'm missing.
Molly Suffolk? I'm so sorry if I slaughter names.
Okay, here's my squirrel moment. Go ahead.
Right,
I'll stay focused.
She's got it up though. We'll remember. All right, we only have a couple more. So we had 2 bags, one from Gamma Treasures and one from Como Stitches. The first one from Gamma Treasures, we asked you to say bag, and that goes to Marcia Dwyer.
And if you don't claim these, I'm going to claim them.
They'll claim them. So, super excited for you. If you'll just send me your information below. And the last one, we asked you. This is the other bag, the one that I said asked to set it look like a quilt, and to please Christy Flanagan. If this is you, I feel like you guys know your YouTube channel names or your YouTube.
Your handle.
Your handle. Yeah, your handle. So, Christy, if you'd just do me a favor, send me your information below. We do ask about 2 weeks. I know life is busy. Normally we don't give them away like the following video, so we just put them back into the mix. So if I hear from you or it's a little after that, I'm fine with that. Just please make sure to get a hold of us, because otherwise they kind of stack up, and I like to get that mail out, though I did not do a very good job last week with thank you notes. All right, Happy Mail. You want to show your thing real quick?
Yeah.
Is this the memorabilia that you were talking about?
Yeah. So this is the mayor, whatever it is.
Memorabilia.
I just like him, but he is a gentleman. He's Santa.
Let me see. Yeah. That's what
Well, it's like you didn't believe me, so when I found that.
No, it's not that I didn't believe you. I'd never seen one. I was like, I'd never seen it.
There's that one, and the Liberty Lady is truly the only ones I want to do. They're beautiful, but there's a lot of counting. And when counting is optional.
It's a lot of confetti stitching, I feel like.
Yeah.
All right, we have Happy Mail.
Oh, and I have some more Happy Mail.
Oh, you have Happy Mail?
Did you get your pin cushion?
No, my lady is going to send it to
Well,
me.
my lady's still waiting too, sadly.
Waiting for yours?
Yes.
Oh, mine made it.
No, mine didn't go out till yesterday.
So I have Bougie Stitcher Happy Mail. She has personal Happy Mail that
Yes,
we're
in our exchange.
We're in our exchange. So
Mayor thinks he smells something. I don't know what it is. This is from Judith. That's my personal note, and I thought it was really cute the way she packaged it. Yeah, a little envelope, little needle minder.
Oh, I like the needle minder.
And a pumpkin with a leather, and it might be full leather. It says thankful. Very cute. Thank you.
I like that.
Me too.
Very nice. All right, so this is from Catherine. Catherine sent us, again, I don't know, people who know how to make cards, Mom makes all of our cards. I think it's gorgeous. It's not a craft I need. But those are very amazing. And they're poppies. And as a veteran, poppies mean a lot to me. So she sent us floss drops. And Nancy...
There might be a dog beating. They're not.
Jack is out of control sometimes. He was down there laying down. Now I remembered Mater was here. So
those are cute.
Those are floss drops. One for you,
Thank
one
you.
for me.
Oh, they're different.
Yeah.
Let's take a few seconds and just go through a couple of them. So there's a sleigh.
They're Christmas themed. Get the gingerbread man. Can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Oh, there's a barn.
There's a reindeer with a hat. Anyways, I don't know how
Thank
people think of these super cute ideas, but I love floss drops. Love them. I don't know. The floss drop exchange at StitchCon was, I will miss that this year, not getting those. But we have family, and that's a priority. So we'll...
No, on a budget.
But I'm going to start using the floss drops that we used last year, because I figured the next time we go, we'll have to...
Come up with new ones?
Yeah, come up with new ones. So...
Maybe you'll get a picture of us.
We need
Sorry.
It was a side note. So a couple things we wanted to say. Again, we're Thanksgiving is coming up. We are super thankful for this community. We are thankful for the support. We're thankful for learning new things. We're thankful for the ideas. We're thankful you take time to do comments for us, and that really means a lot to us. So we also, I personally appreciate the Veterans Day thank yous. I never thought serving my country was a challenge or a chore. To me, it was, Jack's here. To me, it was an honor, and it was something I wanted to do. When I grew up, I wanted to be G.I. Joe, a teacher, and a secretary. And the military allowed me to be all of those. So I loved serving my country. There were days I was not happy, but they were very far and few between. Most of them I was very thankful for. To include when you're overseas without your family, deployed for holidays. And I did have a couple sets of those. And that was tough. But thank you for those that reached out, gave us Veterans Day. For the businesses who take, a little off for veterans, if you have your ID card, we appreciate that. We appreciate the support.
David and I went to breakfast that morning. Neither one of us served. But the lady just asked us, like, were you guys vets? And we're like, no. And without even identification, that was as different vets came in, they just got their breakfast for free.
Yeah.
That's a small thank you. That's a big thank you from them, but a small thank you.
And we appreciate that. Like, I can't tell you what it means to, you know, we went to this restaurant that my brother-in-law and Nancy went to. Dave and Nancy went to, they were down there in Casper, and we were driving through Casper to go down to Laramie for the game, and we stopped at this restaurant that they had recommended. And we walk in, and they're like, hey, are either one of you vets? And we're like, well, we both are. And it was like 25% off our meal. Plus, we got soup, free soup. And it was just, and it was an amazing meal. Like that, there was nothing in that restaurant that I would not want to eat like 100 times over. But she was really generous. And oh, by the way, it was a lady from the Middle East. It was a Middle Eastern restaurant. And she was like, yes, let me help you. Thank you for... So, if you're ever in Casper, Sweet Zoe's is where you need to go. It's amazing. But we'll definitely make that a go-to stop. All right. Our BFF.
Our BFF has actually got quite a few shout outs. And she is just a hoot.
So here's the thing.
We were meant to be friends, and I actually wrote that on my comment. I'm like, we were meant to be friends. I don't like I was a heartback, but it's okay.
Well, that's what you do. We heart everybody. But to say that, this lady, her name is Theresa. So Annie the Proper Stitcher shouted her out. This is all like in our plans. Like
Annie the Proper Stitcher is what got me onto her. And then everybody was shouting her out, but I'm like, we're going to keep it.
So we watched Missy and Kathy, Two Needles Pulling Thread.
Gave her a shout out.
We were like, well, she's getting a lot of love, but you know what? She deserves it. So she has 3 videos out. Just three. But she is an Air Force wife. They were stationed over here in South Dakota.
In Ellsworth.
At Ellsworth.
She uses the same quilt shop we use, the bakery.
She's a hockey mom.
She's from Michigan, of all places. We're from Michigan.
Well, we were born in Michigan.
We won't sidetrack.
No, we were
She's
born in Michigan.
She's a middle child just like me, so she gets the not less love. I get it. Like, Jenny's the smart one, David's the comedian, and Nancy just falls someplace in the middle. So she knows.
Oh, that she...
And she's emotionally constipated, which so that's what my family calls it.
Nancy she tucks her little pocket, her feelings right here in her pocket, and they never get to come out.
I didn't know that was the middle child thing, but she said something about that, and I'm like, I get you. So yes, go check her out.
Please do, and then let her know that you were a...
Yeah, let her know that we sent you, not the other 2.
So Annie, we love. Like, Annie was a
We love all of these guys.
We love all of these guys, but we just thought it was funny that we were all kind of like... Because, you do search the internet. You want people who are just starting to feel the love and not to be discouraged. And some people that we pick have not posted in forever. And some people we pick, like, just fly. Right? I think we picked Angie, the tiny house stitcher, with 2 videos out and made her our BFF. And she is, like, almost 6,000 subscribers. And she's a hoot, right? Like, we love Angie. And then some we pick, and I'm not saying their success is because of us, but we have to share, and we want people to be recognized. So if you're watching us, pop over and check out somebody else, and maybe 1, you might learn something, 2, you might find a community. We had one lady in our comments, and I meant to mention this. We have one lady who asked where the other person in North Dakota was, and so I need to connect the 2 of them, but I think there's some distance between the 2. But I just thought maybe they could.
There's not a lot in North Dakota.
There isn't a lot in North Dakota.
Oh,
there's a lot of cool friends in North Dakota, but that's far and few between. So there's that.
It might get a little noisy.
It might. Oh, because Mater got down and now Jack.
Mater wanted to sleep on Jack's big bed. That's what he wanted to do.
So I need to send out a correction. So we were talking about, speaking of dogs, it's King Clarence. So there were a couple viewers who knew exactly who I was talking about when I was talking about the lab whose parents make fun of how he talks and in his life situations. But his name is King Clarence. If you want to follow him on, I think we catch his name. I think we catch him on Facebook.
Is he on TikTok?
I'm sure he is. His mom, his owner is hilarious. It's the mom who does the voice, because the dad and the baby are sometimes in the videos. All right, quilts. We talked about quilts a little bit. So I did not make it to Chicks yesterday because I had to work.
I didn't either.
But I did get my quilt done.
So we're going to show some quilts? So we're going
to
get up here.
We're just going to show the one. We're just going to show the one quilt. Okay. And I can post pictures at the end too. But this is one of the very first quilt tops I pieced. I did it from a fat quarter shop. It's a free pattern. It uses what they call 5-inch or charm pack, but I made my own because I didn't own one. And these are all just different Christmas fabrics. And then I just quilted it, and I finished it this week, and then just in time to wash it and get it into. Oh, show my buzzer. Sorry.
Ooh la la. What was that? The kinky? Is that what we're going with?
Yeah.
Comment?
But it was supposed to be kinky.
Sorry. We're just gonna keep going though, because we're about done.
We're about done.
And this is our norm.
So challenges were done. We both got our challenge in. I'm hoping to be back at Quilt Chicks in January, because I will not have to work weekends a lot, all the weekends of the month. I'm on the middle of 2 t-shirt quilts that have to be done by the 2nd of December, and then a thank you quilt that we're going to give at Christmas. They're so distracting.
And our got like wound up again, 20-minute breaks and he's gone.
And our husbands are out there just BSing. All right, so it's time for the wheel. The other thing I wanted to say is my new nickname in my family is Word Soup, because I don't have all the words right. And I really try, and then they don't come out right, and then I say what I think is the right word. But this has been my entire life, so I'm not even going to apologize for it. It's just what it is. Nancy's favorite sound.
Horrible sound.
Favorite adult beverage.
Dope. No, wait. Jenny and I are different kind of drinkers.
Yeah, we are.
I am cheap, and I'm a one drunk wonder.
A one drink wonder.
Well, no, because I'm usually drunk by the end.
That's because you're not a one drunk wonder. You're a one drink wonder.
One drink wonder.
Because she has a drink, and that's all she's good for. Get Nancy playing cards. So that what the kids love to do. Because remember, Drew's the only one that's not 21 now. But even when they weren't quite 21, under adult supervision in Wyoming, they were, had a drink or two. Nancy just gets drinking with them, and then it becomes hilarious. My sister is hilarious when she drinks. She gets a little crazy, not like out of control crazy, but a little, a little unconstipated with the emotions, meaning she lets go a little bit and becomes hilarious.
I'm hilarious otherwise, but just ask me. That didn't work. That didn't sound very good.
Sure didn't. We're going to go with it.
I think I'm funny.
All right. She is funny, but you have to pay attention.
So what's your favorite drink, Jenny?
No, you were supposed to say what your favorite drink was.
No, I said for you to say.
You just said you are a one drunk wonder, and then you were supposed to say what you like to drink. What is your drink of choice?
I really like Moscow mules, and I really like beer.
I don't get the beer thing.
Ooh, a red beer with olives. That's good.
That's because you just want to eat the olives.
That's true too. But to drink the whole beer in order to get the olives, but
no, if you don't,
Well, I learned that from Mike, my brother-in-law, who has since passed. And that was truly one of our fun memories. We always drank those together.
Dell's husband?
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to figure out. I was like,
I don't have very many outlaws.
I know. I was like, which one are we talking about? Yeah. So, my favorite drink.
Hold on, it's gonna go forever.
No, it's
Jenny
not.
has a whole book.
We do have a book of cocktails that we like to make, but it's because we pull up a cocktail mix, like how we want to make it. We'll find a recipe, and then we morph it to what. I think it depends on the season. I'm always up for a Malbec. I love a
What's a Malbec?
It's a wine.
Okay.
It's a red wine. It's called a Malbec. It's from South America, normally out of Argentina. My new latest thing to drink in the wintertime is coffee with Irish cream. Like I said, Five Farms is my favorite.
Five Farms sounds like the turkey stuff we drank in college.
That's Boone's Farm.
Boone's
and that's
Farm.
a cheap wine. This is an Irish cream out of Ireland. We make this amazing whiskey drink that has some grapefruit. I don't know, it's amazing. We like it in the springtime because it's like real refreshing. Steven makes amazing lemon drops. I don't know, like I usually I'm kind of like Nancy. I only drink one and done, but I just depends on the season. We make coquito about this time every year, and it's out of Puerto Rico. And again, having been stationed with people throughout the country, our Puerto Rican friends introduced it to us, and we are all in. I make a cinnamon simple syrup. You throw, I think I make the cinnamon simple syrup. It doesn't
So
matter.
is it a hot drink?
No.
It's a cold?
It's coconut though. And it
Ooh.
is, yeah, I'm going to bring it on Thanksgiving.
Nice.
We can just share a little bit. Anyways, we love it. But, you know, you make a batch of it and then you've got to like kind of drink on it. So it's like, we make it once. We love moose milk.
What's moose milk, Jenny?
Oh, well, that is one that you have to take to a party.
You.
Yeah, you have to take it to a party because it makes a big, like a trough of moose milk. But it has got all types of whiskeys and it's got some Coke in it and some vanilla ice cream, and you got to mix it in a certain order or it curdles.
Ooh.
Oh, I know, but no, when you drink it, one, you are definitely one and done. Two, you got to have it at a big party where not a lot of people are driving home or have rides home. But we used to make it as, when we were stationed in Alaska, I made it. I learned about it at AFPC from folks that we had some exchange officers.
What's AFPC?
The Air Force Personnel Center where I was stationed.
Remember, there are civilians here.
At Randolph Air Force Base, we had some exchange officers. They were pilots, and they would bring it to what we call our hall party. So instead of we never had a place big enough to have us all, so we'd have a hall party, and it was like traveling the world. Like you go to this section, you go to this section, you go to this section. And AFPC, Air Force Personnel Center, is so huge that you'd find your way. We'd start about noon, and by 4:00 you're still trying to find your way through the building. But everyone decorated, and it was just a lot of fun. So anyways, at that hall party, I was introduced to moose milk, and they were kind enough to share their recipe. So when I went to Alaska, we made moose milk. So Thanksgiving, we'd all go to the dining hall, and then we would spend time afterwards as commanders. We would get together, and we were all within walking distance because we all live on base, and we all lived within those. We all lived in little duplexes, and
Little igloos.
felt like it sometimes. But we could all walk home. So we would bring over the trough. Like Steve would drive the trough of moose milk over to our friend's house, and she always hosted it. And then we would all walk home. But anyways, moose milk. It was delicious. But I just don't have it. Like you really can't cut it down. You can only cut it down so far. And then what do you do with the rest of it? Like it'll just go bad. So I don't really have a time or a place to make it here. So anyways, moose milk. I don't know what my favorite is. Like I said, I'm not a big drinker. I don't have a go-to steady. We're hoping to go to Scotland so my husband can go check out all the Scotch places. So that's kind of where we're at.
Nice.
All right, so the next time we're meeting is like the 4th of December.
Yep.
I'm coming to you. It'll be a Sunday because that weekend, Friday and Saturday, well, we're going down Friday night after school and swimming. Saturday is Drew's interview with Senator Barrasso and a team for the Academy appointment.
What's up for? Yes.
So Drew's kind of, I don't know, Drew's, I think, realizing that he's kind of coming to the point that he's got to make some final decisions. Before, it's all just been fun and games. He knows he wants to be a civil engineer. He gets all that, but now where does he want to be a civil engineer, and how does he want to go about it? And he wants to be in the military, but I think he's nervous about it. That's probably me as a mom reading into it maybe a little bit, but he knows it's a final decision. So the academies used to be where he wanted to go, but I made him have a backup plan, and now I've introduced him to ROTC and OTS. So he's like, well, maybe I don't have to go to the academy to do that. Maybe I can do it this way. So we're pushing ideas around. He doesn't have to make any decisions right away. So we're gearing up for the holiday season. We've got a lot going on. Your spouse is going under the knife to get his shoulder fixed.
Yeah, but that's on the 15th.
Of December.
Yes. And I just got back from a big swim meet, so did
Yeah.
Dan, and Dan PR'd, which
What is PR, Nancy?
personal best, personal time.
Personal record. It means that it's their best time that they got in their event. So it's both of our last kids' years of swimming. They're both seniors.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We're moving on in our stages of life.
My Emma maybe needs some happy thoughts. She has to make a big decision here in the next couple weeks. And probably by next time I'll tell you what that big decision was.
Oh, I think I know what it is. And I'm excited.
But just happy thoughts.
Yeah, keep her positive thoughts to make big decisions. And it's hard when you're young, right? You don't have all the world experience behind you. It's hard when you're old. So, All right, well, this is, I think, the shortest video in a long time. We'll probably have a couple pictures of the end. I'll probably post them to the champs. You've got some other things to add. We'll send our quote pictures out. We'll take some snaps of those. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Until then, happy stitching.
Nice.
That's what I do.
All right, until next time.
Until next time, happy stitching.